With that, I'm going to introduce our first speaker. Please welcome Mayor Bill Wells.
Hello, everybody. How are you today? Listen, I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm so proud of you for being here. Because what we're facing right now, not only with this particular situation about the schools, but what we're dealing with our public safety, with our nurses, our doctors, our teachers, every aspect of American life, we are at a crossroads right now, and it's a paradigm shift in the way we have to look at how life is done. And let me tell you something, things are changing. Now, the good news is that we started off this fight a little bit behind. But now people are waking up. And I see all of you out here being evidence that the people in San Diego County, the people in California, the people in America, the people throughout the world are waking up to the evil that is taking place in this nation. In the world. Now listen, I've always been a pretty even-keeled guy, and I don't like to make enemies. I don't like to upset people. And never before in my public life would I have ever even used that word evil, because it's a very divisive word. It's a word that is designed to stir up anger and people's emotions. But I'm also at a point in my life where I can't lie to you. I've got to tell you what I see. And I don't think I'm unique in this. What is happening in the world right now is no less than evil.
Amen. Amen.
And there is a plot to take over America and the rest of the world and replace the freedoms that we've enjoyed and the freedoms that we fought for, the freedoms given to us by God and not by government, by the way.
Amen. That's right.
And replace those with, I don't know, democratic socialism, communism. It's all the same thing. It is totalitarian, and it is designed to take all of the power away from the people, give it to a small minority of people at the top, and make you subjects. This is all designed to make you serfs, and for you to stay in your place, do what you're told, ask no questions, live with less, and be happy about it.
No way.
So what do we do?
We will not comply.
Not complying is a good idea. What we have to do, and I know you intuitively know this, you know this in your heart, we as individuals have to stand up. And that's what you're doing here today. There was a time when you could elect a city council and a mayor and a school board and say, you know what, these are good people, we know these people, we're going to entrust them to do the right thing and protect our interests. But that time has passed. There's so much happening. There's so much opposition into the American way of life, a shredding of the Constitution, a shredding of your rights. And there's a flouting of the law. There's a lawlessness that is pervading our country. And that is so pervasive at this point that no elected official can protect you. There's just not enough of us that can protect you. The only people that can protect you is you. And you've got to protect me. And I've got to protect you. And the way we do that is to wake up and to be present. You have to be at every school board meeting. You have to be at every Sandag meeting. You have to be at the city council meetings. You have to show up on the lawn of the Capitol in Sacramento. You have to make your voices heard. And you have to be willing to take sacrifices, to not comply, to protect the way of life that you've enjoyed all of your life, and if not for yourself, for your children and for your grandchildren.
Amen.
And to do that may take some sacrifices. Right now we're looking at 30% of our public safety officers in the city of San Diego, they're going to lose their jobs in about 20 days. That's going to be a disaster for the people of San Diego. It's going to mean that people will literally die as a result of a political class who will make you comply, will make you knuckle under no matter what the cost to you, because they don't care what happens to you. All they care about is their agenda. So, let me give you an example of something that could happen. What could happen would be if the firefighters and the police officers and the dispatchers said, you know what, if one of my brothers, if one of my sisters is not able to work, if they can't show up and do their job, then none of us will show up and do our jobs. But of course that's frightening, right? Because that means it's Christmas time. It's not an abstract concept. This is not some idealistic idea. This is, kids, we don't get Christmas presents this year. I don't know if we can afford to put food on the table. We're going to have to move in with our parents. We're going to lose the house. We're going to lose the car. This is real, and it's really going to hurt. And the people that are taking away your freedoms, the people that are subjugating you, are counting on your fear. Everything that has been done has been in the name of fear. They've controlled you, they've controlled me, they've controlled our friends with fear. Pumped into our living rooms 24 hours a day, fear of death, fear of disease, and now fear of ostracization and fear of losing your jobs and your livelihood. And it will not stop until we say no. We will not comply. You cannot control us with fear. We answer to a power that is greater than government. We answer to God above. Whether you believe in God or not is really immaterial. But you, whether you call it God or if you call it the American spirit, whatever it is, there's something bigger than elected officials who are only concerned with their next election, only concerned with their poll numbers, only concerned with their own personal power. There is something bigger than that. America itself is bigger than that. And we deserve to fight for it. We must fight for it. Just like my dad fought in Korea, my grandfather fought in World War II, many of your parents served on the police departments, the fire departments, in the hospitals as nurses. So many of us have made sacrifices, or people in our family have made sacrifices, and now the mantle has fallen upon you. So, the bad news is we're in this fight. The good news is the power to win this fight is in your hands. All you have to do is be willing to set your fear aside and to take it. God bless all of you for coming out here today. I think it's so important that you're making your voices heard. This is not minor. It's not trivial. This is how we win. And you should be proud of yourselves for doing it. And I'm very proud of the people that put this together. And this is not just a one-off event. This happens every day, every minute, every week. We fight, and 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 we never stop. And the reward is we get our lives and our country back. Amen. Thank God. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor Bill Wells.